eyes have been climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down in the steps because you find it kind of hard. Because I'm still going, honey. I'm still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal sphere. That's who we are.
Could I ask all the kids to come over here, please? I want you to see the ceremony. Please, any children, adults are welcome too, but we really want the children to understand the meaning of Kwanzaa, the principles of Kwanzaa, the togetherness, the unity. Come on, everybody. If we could just come a little closer. Okay, good. Good, we're here.
In 1966, Maulana Ran Karanga began the celebration of Kwanzaa. And so I'm just going to direct my comments to the young brothers and sisters here. And it is my hope and my desire and design that all of us will listen so that they can hear. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa. Did everybody say Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa began in 1966 with Dr. Maulana Ran Karanga. And Kwanzaa is a ceremony that is not religious, it is not political, it is cultural. It is that out of which we come. It is that out of which all of you come. I'm going to ask you to please help me. I'm going to ask you to please help me. Ladies, gentlemen, my brothers and sisters in the room, my brothers and sisters in this room, I'm going to ask you to please help me with just a little bit of silence. Because Kwanzaa is a sacred ceremony.
All right, everybody, we are about to do the ceremony, what this event is all about, which is Kwanzaa. I'm asking everybody in the bleachers, everybody near the food, everybody in the audience, everybody at the tables, I'm asking you to please give some silence. This is only going to take a minute, but we want to make sure that we're being respectful. I'm just asking everybody, please, can we be quiet? Everybody, please, pretty please. With sugar on top. Lonnie, I ain't gonna fight you because you're too big. Shh. You're gonna wait. All right.
Thank you.
Come on, kids. Come up here so you can see.
I'd like to try and do this without the mic. That is, if all of you can honor this request. It's not a long ceremony. Can everybody hear me? Yes. In 1966, Dr. Maulana Ran Karanga began the celebration of Kwanzaa. It is an African cultural affirmation of who we are. In order to have a Kwanzaa celebration, there's certain things that you need. The word Kwanzaa means first fruits. So we have here a basket of fruit representing the harvest when Africans from agricultural communities worked all year long on the first fruits that were harvested. They were placed here in this ceremony representing that struggle, representing the labor that produced the meals, the fruits, and the vegetables. So this basket represents the harvest, the first fruits.
Can everybody say that? The first fruits.
Now the corn represents the number of children in the household. So this corn represents all these young brothers and sisters here, all these young children. The corn, the Venbuza, they represent the corn.
Corn represents what? Children. You don't like corn. Okay, that's okay.
There's a mat. A Kwanzaa ceremony has a mat, M-A-T. It's usually made of straw. And the kanara, which holds the candles, sits on the mat. It's usually a mat made of straw. On top of the Kwanzaa mat, and the mat is called an MKK.
MKK. Can you say MKK?
MKK.
Good.
On top of the mat, we have the kanara. And the kanara holds the 7 candles. One black in the center, which represents who we are as a people. It represents African peoples. It is the mat, it is the candle in the center. The black candle. Then there are 3 candles on the left representing the land out of which we come.
What color is the land?
Green.
Yes, very good.
The last candles, these 3, represent the blood, the sacrifice that is responsible for our being here. The sacrifice of a Reverend Douchy. The sacrifice that sisters like Cordell Clear make so that we could be here. The sacrifice that all those brothers and sisters, the Harriet Tubmans, the Sojourner Truths, the Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, those brothers and sisters whose names we may never ever know. Some of those brothers and sisters who were in the hold of those slave ships that were taken from the motherland and brought here. We will never, ever know their names. We have to pay homage and honor them. And these red candles represent the blood that was sacrificed for us to be here. The last item is the cup, the unity cup. The Kukembe Cha Umoja. We would pour libation to the north, south, east, west, and it would be passed around amongst us, and we would take a sip. This cup is one of the most important elements of this table. The Kukumba cup, the unity cup.
Somebody say Kukumba cup.
Kukumba cup.
Now,
What does it mean? The unity cup. Yeah. What kind of words are these?
these words are Swahili. And Dr. Karanga chose Swahili because it was sort of like a universal African language. You know, you have different languages in Africa. You have Yoruba, you have Ashanti. But he chose Swahili because it was closer to a kind of universal language that all Africans could speak. On the first day of Kwanzaa, which is Umoja.
Y'all say that? Umoja.
Which means that we strive for and maintain unity in the family, the community, the race, and our nation. And we light the candle.
You got a volunteer right here.
What is your name? What is it? I'm sorry?
Amir.
Amir. Can we say that again? Amir.
Amir.
Umoja. Did everybody say Umoja? Umoja means while Amir lights the candle, while Amir lights the candle, we're going to repeat again what Umoja means. It means unity. And it means to strive for unity.
Thank you, Amir.
In the family, thank you, Amir. In the family, the community, the state, and the nation. Amir, thank you, my brother. After the black candle, which represents our people, is lit, the candles are lit from left to right. We alternate. Now the second principle of kwanzaa is kujisagalia.
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 Kujisagalia. I didn't hear everybody. Kujisagalia.
Kujisagalia. Self-determination. Self-determination means that we speak for ourselves. We define ourselves. We determine who we are. Self-determination. Like the second candle. And what is your name? Asaya. Asaya. Father, the Queen. First. Yes. You like me. Is that right? Oh, sorry. Kujisagalia. Kujisagalia. Self-determination. We define ourselves, speak for ourselves, name ourselves, and instead of being spoken for, named or mentioned by anybody else. Kujisagalia. The next day of Kwanzaa is Ujima. Ujima means collective work and responsibility. Ujima. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. That means that we work together to maintain and improve our community and to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. So that means that if Amir had a problem and maybe he couldn't do his schoolwork, maybe he didn't understand a math problem, or maybe somebody in the community couldn't get enough to eat. It means that we would work together to help them to eat, to help Amir to solve that problem with his map. The next principle is Udama, cooperative economics, which means that we work together as a community to build our own stores, our own banks, our own entrepreneurial enterprises, and we profit from them together. Ujima.
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 What does it mean? What does Ujima mean?
Cooperative economics.
Cooperative economics.
And that means that we work together to have our own stores, our own banks.
And buy from them.
Yes, and buy for them. And our own stores.
Okay, that's it. They were gonna like one together. Yes, they're brother and sister. They're twins.
The next principle is Nia. The next principle is Nia, purpose, which means that we make our collective vocation the improvement of our community in order to restore our community to a legacy of greatness.
What's her name, Mama? Harper. It is Harper.
The next principle is Kuumba. When those sisters were dancing earlier, that is an example of Kuumba, creativity. And that simply means that we work together to leave our community more beautiful than when we found it. Kuumba.
Kuumba. Kuumba.
Now, I'm going to give you another example of Kuumba also. Can everybody just snap your fingers like this? This is an example of Kuumba also. It could be dance, painting, doing something creative in your community. But Langston Hughes said, "Good morning, Daddy. Ain't you heard the boogie woogie rumble of a dream deferred? Listen closely, you'll hear their feet a beating out, a beating out." Do you think that's a happy beat? Listen to it closely. Ain't you heard something underneath like a, what did I say? Sure I'm happy. Take it away. Hey pop, rebop, mop, yeah. Kuumba, creativity. Can we light the sixth candle? No, well, okay. The seventh is Imani, which is the last one. Imani is the seventh principle of Kwanzaa. And Imani means faith. It means faith. It means faith in our parents, in our community, our teachers. It means faith in our leaders. It means that we have faith when a sister like Cordell Clear and those other brothers and sisters we hear, when they struggle and persevere and articulate our pain, our joy, we must have faith in them. So Imani is the last principle of Kwanzaa. Having lit the seventh candle, the celebration of Kwanzaa is complete. So I'll end with 3 lines from Owen Dotson. And he talks about circle 1, how we move in a circle. And it simply says, nothing happens only once. Nothing happens only here. Every love that lies asleep wakes today another year. Why we sailed and how we prosper will be lived and sung again. All the lands repeat themselves, shore for shore, and men for men, and women for women. Happy Kwanzaa.
Thank you so much. Happy Kwanzaa. That was beautiful. That really was. Can I ask everybody, let's just get a picture around. Do you remember what this was called? Yes, don't touch the table. Stand back from the table. And don't ever light these candles in your house alone. And make sure you get a smoke detector from the fire department over here if you're using candles at all. Come on, everybody. Let's get a picture for the Amsterdam. How about that? Can somebody help me with the smaller people, if we could just put them in front of the table? Is that good? Parker, can you stand right here for me? Don't lean on the table, just stand here. Okay, just stand here. What's your name?
Sir, excuse me, I'm recording here. This is for TV. Sir, you're blocking.
Come over here so they can see you. Don't lean on the table. Oh, okay.
Miss, you're blocking her.
Come up front
Please.
too. Let her up front so we could see her. Okay. Come on over here, sweetheart. She's gonna put you. Yes. Beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Stand here. Can you go on that other end right there? And then you come here. Can we see everybody? Okay. Should I get in the middle? Let me stay right there. Is that good?
Excuse me, please, you are recording here. You're blocking the camera, please.
Roller banks.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Woo! Okay, you don't have your coats, get your coats on. Get your coats. We want to make sure that everybody gets a fair chance, and then they can leave after that. Come after.
Karen!
once you get your toy, that means you're leaving. Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm not putting anybody out. But, you know, please do that. And I want to announce two special guests that are in the room who took time to come out and say hello to us tonight. First, we have our former Manhattan Borough President, longtime friend of the community, friend of the borough, Gail Brewer. And then we have our state committeeman from the 70th Assembly District, Mr. Londell Davis.
Happy Kwanzaa, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Gail, do you want to say a few words?
I'm Gail Brewer, City Council, former borough president, and a big fan of Cordell Clare and Paul McIntosh. Be a good year, but take the spirit of what Paul McIntosh talked about in terms of Kwanzaa and don't forget it. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hey, how are you? Thank you. Thank you. He's been all over. He's here. I know he's here with me.